When you start making your money from trading, don't quit your job like immediately. You can go from unprofitable, making nothing from trading, to making easily 5 to 10K a month trading. Yeah, newsflash, don't tell anybody that you're trading. Don't sit there and just go spending crazy and flashing all your stuff, because just like that, you can lose it all. Start building a little cushion, and then you start slowly and very minuscule, buying yourself certain stuff. Start paying your bills with that money. Start, what I mean? Start taking the load off of your regular job income. Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm back. We got another video. Today is really just gonna be me, just a talking head for real. Letting y'all know like a side of trading that people don't really talk about. So it's not gonna be too much like educational stuff. Even it might lead to it, but I don't know how long this video is gonna be. But I just want to touch on a few things. The number one thing I would tell any new trader or traders that are trying to, become profitable, it's easy to get excited when you find something like this, because you found a career where the ceiling is limited and you can make infinite amount of money, and the freedom that comes with this, and the things that you're able to do once you obtain that profitability. Yeah, newsflash, don't tell anybody that you're trading. It would save you so much stress, help with your mental, and keep your morale at a higher state than it would be if you told people that you're trading. This is what happens, right? You find something this great, something this valuable, something that could, change not only your life but your family's life and everybody around you life. Once you get to that certain point, they start to only want to see the results. Next thing you know, you're still unprofitable. A year don't pass, which is fine. That is normal in this space. Do not compare yourself to any other traders or what you see online. Your journey is your journey, and the sooner that you can realize that and just continue to get those reps in the game and get your skin in there and build your confidence and really perfect your craft, the sooner you will be able to become profitable. How does that even work? Even though it might take you 2 years and it took someone that one, within those 2 years, you got comfortable with yourself, your strategy, what you want to look for, and you know how to approach the market in the way that you understand it, right? And it's simplified. You found your better and better through those 2 years instead of this one. You can become short-term profitable within a year. Instead of taking those 2 years to get your skin in the game and perfect your craft. I keep saying that because it's so important, but within those 2 years instead of that one, you found out a lot about yourself. You found out a lot about the charts, about the market, about news. You found out market structure. You figured out how to understand those things like really, really good within those 2 years. And then, within even like 1.5 years going on to, you can still become profitable for that 2 year mark. Going into that 2 year mark, and if you stick to your plan, you just block out all the noise, then you can go from unprofitable, making nothing from trading, to making easily 5 to 10K a month trading. You stuck with your plan and you blocked out all the noise, and you continued your journey. You're not worried about what Joseph did or what Michael did, how fast they became profitable. You're not worried about them. You put your head down and you worried about you. So it's gonna make you profitable faster. Can't lie. It doesn't matter how fast they got it. And who's to say that that's even long term? Who's to say that you don't end up knowing more than them? You feel me? Like, even just because somebody did something first doesn't mean they can do it better than you. That's been proven throughout history. Like, I don't even have to go into that. Just because somebody did something first does not mean that they can do it better than you. They just had an earlier time. They got in earlier than you. That's fine. Because you come in the game, you can sweep them. Like, it's just that simple. And that's the truth. So that's the first thing. So that was really two things. So that's the first two things. Don't tell anybody that you're trading, one. And two, worry about your own journey. Don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. I know you've heard that plenty of times in your life. The third thing I want to speak on, I'm not even there yet. Watching other traders and seeing, when they get to this point, when you become profitable and your money starts flowing in, stay in income mode. Don't sit there and start spending all of your money. Don't start spoiling your family and all that stuff yet. You have to make sure all your ducks in a row and that you really got this down packed, and then you have a good cushion under yourself before doing stuff like that. Because it happens to even the best of traders, these millionaire traders, that they can have a bad month and just lose for a month straight. Like, it happens. But they got a cushion, and within that, They preserve their capital. They lower their risk. It's all about risk management and saving your capital when you're in a drought like that, or in a hitting a low like that. And it's not gonna last forever as long as you stick to it. Don't sit there and just go spending crazy and flashing all your stuff, because just like that you can lose it all if you wasn't being smart. And when that money started coming in, you start building a little cushion, and then you start slowly and very minuscule, buying yourself certain stuff, and start paying your bills with that money. Start, start taking the load off of your regular job income. Slowly do that. But just don't go spending crazy and just blowing all your money, because it's not guaranteed that that's gonna last. You feel me? So just be smart with your money and start building your cushion. That way you live comfortable. You have your job income, and you have your trading income. Both of those combined, you should be living comfortable. Bills should be paid. You shouldn't have to go hungry. You shouldn't have to be doing none of that, right? So that's that. Fourth thing, keep working. When you start making your money from trading, don't quit your job like immediately. Don't do that, because I've seen a lot of even though I haven't done that yet. Don't do that, because a lot of traders tend to do that. They would start seeing some income from trading and then quit the job and hit a low, and then it's like, where all my money go? Now you gotta look for a job again and start all over. Like that goes back into building that cushion. So whatever cushion that you think is comfortable enough for you, build that cushion. It could be 5,000, it could be 10,000, it could be 15,000. It doesn't matter. Just build that cushion for yourself for times like that. And then once you start making more, and I say, in my opinion, the time that you quit your job is when you start scaling up, and then you're making consistent profits in your new risk appetite. Once you can do that, and your cushion, either your original cushion either doubles, then I say, it might be set that you can quit your job. If you can pull money out of the market consistently like that, you're saving your money, you're building your cushion, you're not overly spending, you're being smart with your finances, then I would say it is pretty safe to quit. And even then, sometimes people, it goes wrong for others, but I would say it's safe to quit. I would do that. That's how I would do it. Keep your job when you're still, making that little bit of money. So you don't, if you hit a drought, you're not in trouble. Okay, you still have a way to generate money to pay your bills, right? Even if your lifestyle slows down a little bit, you got to cut back on some things. That's fine. That's fine. You're still in the game. Like I said earlier, the name of the game is to stay in the game. So as long as you're not completely dried out and you have a way to make some type of money, get back that cushion and start building up, money to go get those accounts again, or fund your own live account, then you should be good. That's why you don't quit your job too early. Yeah, probably the last thing I'll touch on is reinvestments, right? So the money that you're getting from these accounts or your live account, however it is that you're pulling money out of the market, right? And going back to that cushion that you have, or whatever money you're saving, reinvest a percentage of that back into accounts, right? This is how you keep scaling. This is how you keep growing your portfolio. My bad. If you're just sitting there with one account or one live funded, and you just pull the markets out of that, you build up full profits, and you're not really going nowhere. You're kind of in that not break even spot, but you're not. Oh yeah, break even actually, because you can get up and then you'll take that money out and you'll be back to maybe you're starting balance or a little bit above that. A good way to scale up in this business or this career path is to reinvest your profits that you get back into funded accounts, right? Or your live accounts. Just keep growing your capital. That's the main thing, right? Copy trading is a thing nowadays. Usually they have that. Copy trading, now you can take one trade or one account and it'll copy it to your other accounts that you bought. And so say if one day you make, let's do the math real quick. Let's say one day on one account, sit there, catch a 1 to 2 or 2 R, whatever your R is, right? Let's say you make about 850, right? On that one account that day. And you're reinvesting and you're doing what I said, buying other accounts, and you copy trade that. Imagine if you had, let's just start off simple. You had 3 accounts, right? That's 2,500 that you made in one day. And there's still 4 other trading days within the week to make more money. That's what I'm saying. That's the power of scaling up and buying those more accounts. Let's say if you make those 850, right? Times, you say you have 5 accounts. That's 40. That's almost 5 bands that you made on one trade in one day across 5 accounts. 5. Like you see the power of scaling and having multiple accounts. That's the beauty of it. That's really how you start making that real cash with this trading stuff. That's how you do it. And the last thing I want to touch on is how prop firms should be used, right? A lot of new traders, they see that you can make this quick money, and they see you're using prop firms to get funded, and you got these gurus putting up this information talking about how I got $1 million in funding or whatever like that. Like, to be honest, like, that is really not a flex to me. To be honest, like, it's cool, it's good that you built that capital to those funded, but you're not supposed to stay on funded accounts. Funded accounts are supposed to be used as a tool, right? You take that money from your funded accounts and place them into your live, so you can trade without restrictions. You're not worried about rules. You're not worried about daily drawdown. You're not worried about a max drawdown. You can trade without any rules, and it's all under your supervision, all under your discipline, right? If you're not disciplined, then okay, cool. Keep your money in your funded, so you have those rules to save you from over trading, over leveraging, stuff like that. If you don't have the discipline for a live account yet, but if you do, the main goal is to take those profits from your funded accounts and place them into your live account. You're not trading with any restrictions of that nature. And if that broker messes up, your money will still be trapped in there if you're keeping it in the long term. But instead, if you're taking that money, placing it into your live account, and that prop firm goes down, at least you have your live account with your bread in there, and you can trade like that. You know what I mean? So that's a really good thing. Don't sit there and use prop firms as the end goal when they're supposed to be a tool to build your capital. That's what they're here for. That is not your end goal. That is not what you're working towards. To stay at. You use that as a tool. Use it as your leverage. You're spending money for bigger capital to generate more profits. That's how you're using these prop firms. And from there, funding your live account, trading, no restrictions, no, you're under your rules, but you're disciplined, and you can make more money that way. When you just keep rinse and repeat this cycle, that's how you become profitable with this stuff. Once you get the what's it called, the mechanics down, like the mechanical side of trading down, you know about fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, however it is that you trade. But nonetheless, once you figure out how you want to trade in your approach to the market, and you know your rules and your trading plan, then you start getting into these funded and these live accounts, and scaling up. That is how you do that. You rinse and repeat that. Buy a funded account, get your payout from there, build your cushion, start funding your live account, rinse and repeat. Before you know it, you have your savings loaded, you got your cushion, and just in case you hit that low, in a month, or you're on a losing streak, and you have money in your live account. So if that broker messes up, or even if you blow the account, you still have a live account to trade off of, so you can generate more profit. That's how you stay in the game. But there are things set in stone that if used the proper way, you can set yourself up really nice and really start changing your life with this trading stuff and this money. So I think that's about it. I think I touched on a good bit. Not telling people you're trading. Having a good support system behind that. Don't quit your job too early. Don't use prop firms as the end goal. Use them as a tool. I just felt like that needed to be touched on because everybody just get caught up in making the money and seeing our lifestyle, buying the yachts, buying the cars, buying the houses, the woman. All that stuff comes with that. But just don't get caught up in that. Put your head down, block out the noise, and really lock in on the important stuff and build yourself correctly. Just take your time with this. Oh yeah, don't compare yourself to other people. I touched on that too. Take your time with your journey. Put your head down. Trust God through the process. If this is something that He actually placed on your heart to pursue, then you pursue it. And when God gives you the ball, you ball. That's law. Maybe if it doesn't work out for you, that's fine. At least you tried. You feel me? Not everybody's supposed to be a trader, and that's okay. But if you do go about being a trader, just take these things and keep these things in mind. That's what I'm saying. Other than that, I love y'all. Appreciate the support. Whoever does watch and comment, and all usual stuff down below. I appreciate those who do it. Even though I'm a small, content creator right now, I know eventually it's gonna work out. I'm gonna end up doing what I love full time. So yeah, y'all keep God in y'all life. I'm gonna say that every time. I don't care if you unsubscribe and don't watch the videos no more. But keep God in your life, trust Him, and keep going for y'all goals. Block out the noise, and y'all got it. So y'all, peace.